Welcome back to our second half hour. Next week, Scott Walker will begin his second term as governor, and he says he's still about a month away from laying out his proposed two-year state budget for the budget period that begins in July. Today, Walker told Fox 11's Andrew Lacombe at the governor's residence in Maple Bluff near Madison that he wants to continue to focus on tax rates, and Andrew's here now specifically talking about one type of tax rate.
Yeah, Tom, Governor Walker says even though the state faces a budget shortfall next year, he remains committed to lowering property tax rates. Today, he also described his approach to his fifth year as governor. We have balanced news coverage.
3 steps as we look ahead to 2015. Listen, talk, act.
Governor Walker says this plan is different.
I, Scott Walker,
from how he began his first term 4 years ago.
We were so eager to fix things, I just went out and fixed them. I didn't talk about it, didn't communicate about it. And obviously there was some backlash because of that.
Sitting down 2 days before the new year inside the governor's mansion, Walker said he faces some big decisions in 2015.
But the big thing will happen in about a month, and that is the next state budget. There's obviously going to be, we've got about $800 million that we've got to make up for, most of which is over $700 million of that is Medicaid, just costs to continue to provide health care for needy families, for children, for seniors, things we're not going to pull back on.
Walker did not explain how he will cover the gap between the state's projected revenues and expenses, but emphasized his commitment to cutting tax rates. Will there be a reduction of property tax rates in this budget you're going to come out with?
Yeah, we'll continue to find ways. Each year I'm in office, I'm going to continue to make sure that property taxes go down for a typical home. Clearly, I think going much further than that in terms of income tax cuts is probably not likely in this budget just because of the size of the gap that we've got to make up for.
I'm eagerly awaiting to see what the governor's going to do.
The top Democrat in the state assembly explained the focus of his party in the new year.
The significant issues are what we do on helping people in the middle class with taxes, and what we do in terms of addressing income inequality and racial inequality, and what we do for public schools.
Walker tells me his budget will have more funding for public education.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the exact amount will be, but there'll be some increase. Some will say that they want far more than that. We want to make sure that the money that they're spending, will get more from the state, but that it's being used effectively in the classrooms.
Lawmakers have to approve the state's budget before the governor can sign it, and he should have strong support from the legislature. Both the Senate and Assembly return with increased Republican majorities. Governor Walker also talked today about more decisions he faces in the months ahead. He says he expects to make an announcement about the proposed Kenosha casino very close to a February 17th deadline. And he says he's still considering a run for president in 2016, but that decision won't come until after the state budget is passed. You can watch extended video of my interview with the governor on fox11online.com. Just click on this story on our homepage.